Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the reasons why I moved to the United Kingdom, as well as the struggles and benefits I felt as an international student living abroad. I wanted and needed to move abroad because my passion has always been to become an automotive designer. I felt that in Portugal there are not many opportunities related to either the automotive field or the artistic fields at all. Don't get me wrong, Portugal does have several design opportunities available, but there are none that are related to my field of passion. However, there were other factors that influenced my decision. Struggling with subjects in high school, which in Portugal were entry requirements for arts universities, always limited my fields in terms of studying. There was also another reason, which was getting parental advice. So I spoke with my parents, and they both discussed that it would be better for me to move abroad in order to have more opportunities and to have my knowledge foundation outside of Portugal, where I've always wanted to work. Now, you might be wondering why I decided to come specifically to the United Kingdom. I was initially torn between two countries, Denmark and United Kingdom. Denmark had always been my first option. However, I was unable to get in because of a single specification that they needed that I did not have. So, since my options were limited to either the United Kingdom or any others, I decided to opt for my second option, which was to come and study in the United Kingdom. Most specifically in a university which I felt had a priority in the field of arts. And that is why I chose to come to the Montfort University. I saw their campuses and I thought that the emphasis, the amount of resources that they put into building their arts building showed that they really wanted to improve their arts field, and also the employability rate was really high compared to some other universities that were also on my list. But I want to start by discussing with you some of the benefits of moving abroad. The first one being interacting with new cultures. When you come to a new country, you will automatically interact with new cultures because you're not in your home country anymore. And for some people this might be difficult because you're not used to interacting with people which are not from your home country. And because of this, some people might find it hard to adjust. However, interacting with new cultures can be very beneficial to you, as you're learning about new ways, costumes, and manners of living. And most of these you have never come in contact with before because they're probably non-existential in your home country. Therefore, this will allow you to have a different perspective of life. And this can be beneficial to you throughout your whole professional future. The other benefit that I want to discuss with you about is the new level of independency that you are going to get, as compared to living in your home country, even if it is in a different city. Think like this. When you travel abroad, there's no parents, no grandparents, no siblings, no friends to protect you from anything because everyone is at least an hour's flight away. And because you are now missing that protection from your parents, you now need to adopt their skills in order for you to be able to survive and thrive. Just for you to understand how difficult it is to have your own independence, I'll tell you a story about me and what happened with me in the first 3 weeks or month that I was here. My parents had given me my first monthly allowance, and they told me, watch out because the money will get away from you really fast. You won't even see it coming. My parents both went to university and they both had dealt with this firsthand, and they all warned me. But because I saw so much money in my account compared to what I was used to as a child, I thought there's no way I'm wasting this amount of money even if I go out eating every day. Which is why I did exactly that. I was in the midst of meeting new people and trying to, find Portuguese people, trying to probably connect with people from other countries. So I would always go out to have sushi, try some Taiwanese food, try some Korean food, everything like that. But unfortunately, that's not free. Because of that, one time I was at a grocery store, and at the time I was splitting a house with another person. We went to pay, and I was like, oh, I can pay, and then you can send me the money. That's fine. I paid, my card declined. I'm like, try again, please. declined again. At the time, I still did not have my British bank account, so I started stressing out, and I thought to myself, it's impossible that I wasted this amount of money that was supposed to last me 4 weeks, and I wasted it in 3 weeks. I go check my bank account, it was almost nil. There was almost nothing there. For 1 week, I just ate cerelac, which is a thing we have in Portugal, which is kind of like a baby dish, and it's pretty much just like soup of flour. So you can see how hard it can be to adapt, and now you have to manage all these different tasks that before it was your parents who did them. Doing the laundry, going grocery shopping, cooking. These things take up a lot of time, but when you're at your parents' house, you never notice it because you're not asked to do any of them. Sometimes lay down the table or something like that, but that's it. Another thing that you learn when you go abroad is that you understand who you can and who you cannot trust. This is normal to happen. However, when you're living alone and, for example, having housemates or having new friends, it can be quite hard to manage it. I had problems with my housemates. We were great friends when we came here. We had a misunderstanding, and pretty much we started spitting things at each other. We stopped being cordial. Rationality just went out the door, and that pretty much ended our friendship from that point on. We have not communicated, and I don't think that's ever going to happen. Another thing is to manage who comes in your life, because it's university. There's thousands and thousands of students, and it's normal that you bump into someone new in the library, bump into someone new in the canteen, someone asks you out on a date, someone gives you a flyer to go to a night out. It's completely normal, and you meet those people and you exchange numbers and you exchange social media. But you do need to understand which people come from a good place and are trying to just have fun with you, and which want to take advantage of you. It's quite noticeable, and other people, if you have good friends, they will tell you this. When you are around that certain person that kind of sucks the life or the joy away from the room, your mood will become more stagnant and you will not communicate in the same way that you did before. So you can see how important it is for you to perceive who you can trust and who you cannot trust. Take me as an example if you don't believe it. Me as a young student, in the beginning I did not know who or who not to trust, and even at the end of my masters I am still doubting who I can trust and who I cannot. It's completely normal, it's always gonna happen. You just need to focus on the people that you know are there for you, and the other ones that might come along, they might enjoy the journey for a while, but you never know. And the skill of perceiving who you can and cannot trust is also really important when you are trying to enter the job market. Another thing that derives from you learning who you can and cannot trust, learning about new cultures, learning about how to do several different tasks, new life solutions, you pretty much understand how to live your life in a different way. This means you get a new life perspective and you see the world around you almost as if it's something brand new, and you see it with fresh new eyes. Last but not least is the fact that you're going to acquire a new level of emotional intelligence. You will learn where to spend your emotional energy and where not to. You will understand if there's an argument that needs to be solved, you will put your thoughts into it. But if you see there's something really futile, that it's not going to really take you anywhere and it's only gonna bring you down, both you and the other person, you can just let it go. This skill will also help you in scaling down arguments, and you learn where to deposit your energy if there's an argument. They can do their own mistakes, we don't need to follow them because we already know who to trust, what to trust, and why we trust it. So now, enough of the benefits, because I could honestly go on and on and on and make a single video out of it. Let's move on to the struggles. I'll just focus on some of the struggles for the sake of the video, otherwise it would be a really long video. My first struggle is being an introverted person. Being an introvert can make it really hard for you to meet new people. Although meeting new people is something that you should thrive for because it will give you more social skills and you have more connections, even if it's just to get a job or anything, it can still be very hard because it will put you out of your comfort zone. Back at home, you would always have the companionship of your parents or your brothers, sisters, or even just your pets. And probably that would be enough. You'd have your computer, you'd have your online games. That's enough. You do need to make an effort in order to meet new people. You might meet some other introverts, and there the conversation might be easier. You never know. But you need to try and make yourself sociable. Another struggle would be the food differences. Now, being from Portugal, my country has always been based around the sea, and its culinary it's mostly light foods. When I arrived to the United Kingdom, of course I tried all the several different burgers, chickens, everything. You might struggle to adapt. Of course, you always have the same things that you have in your home country, which are predominantly sweets. So I would say try to make an effort in terms of accepting that you're in a different country and making an effort to also try their food. When you grow up used to something, when you're missing it, it will definitely make you doubt if you've made the right choice because food is something that you can't live without. So another point is hobbies. As you can see, I'm a surfer. I don't surf as well as her, but I'm a surfer. You will struggle to find new hobbies. At least I did. I tried boxing. The society closed down. I tried running. It was not my thing as well. So mostly now my hobby is to go to the gym. I try to make it regular as I would go surfing if I was in Portugal. But I still feel like there's something missing. There's something about being in the ocean and I don't know, but being somewhere where you know all your problems are inland can be homework, can be your boss that's stressing you out, but no one's gonna get you when you're out there in the water and you're just listening to people talk and the waves breaking and you're pretty much on your own. So for someone who is used to that, finding a hobby that will give you that much ability in terms of self-reflection and just being on your own, it's really hard here. So for my fellow international students, when you get to a new country, make sure that you will give it time to find new hobbies and try several different activities. Doesn't always have to be a sport, as long as it makes you feel a third of the happiness that you felt doing your original hobby, you feel some sort of compensation when you're doing it. Now, last but not least, and it's something that you'll definitely notice once you don't have your mom and dad doing it for you, which is time management. You will be the one to cook, you'll be the one to clean, you'll be the one to do the laundry, you'll be the one to still have to study and still want to do your hobbies. I would advise making a timetable and putting on each day what you want to do and give it a priority level. That way it will make it easier for you to understand at which rate you are in terms of giving the correct priority to each thing. So I think this will wrap up for all the benefits, struggles, and pretty much any experience that I gained from moving abroad when I was really young. I was 17 and I spent my foundation year as a minor, so it was definitely really challenging. However, as the years went by, I learned how to deal with all those struggles, how to compensate them with benefits, and develop some sort of strategy to make myself understand that sometimes you need to make an effort in order to pick the fruits later. So that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it makes you reflect if you're thinking about moving abroad. Make sure you always have this in mind. You might struggle, and it's completely normal. You might find it easy, and that's even better. That's great on you, and I hope if you're ever moving abroad, you have a great experience. And if you ever want to reach out, contact me, and I'm sure we can hang out. So like and subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your post notifications, and I'll see you in the next one. See you guys.